coverage continues now. We are joined by Senator Catherine Pugh on the phone. She's in Philadelphia at the Democratic National Convention and the Democratic nominee for the mayor of Baltimore. Senator Pugh, can you at first just give us your reaction to the news of the day that the charges against the remaining officers have been dismissed?
Well, I had gotten a heads up that there was going to be an announcement today, and from the state's attorney, I trust the state's attorney's decision. But I think this also still begs a larger conversation around how we create a more diverse, inclusive police department. More importantly, how do we make sure that the laws that we began implementing in last session continue to move forward. I've heard the conversations and have had the conversations with our police commissioner as we now begin to put body cameras on our police officers, and cameras inside of our vans. But, you know, what I'm more concerned about is a larger discussion around training. These are things that we put on the table during this last session that you'll see some changes moving forward. The police commissioner has already implemented a new system by which every police officer is notified and must acknowledge that they received the new rules that will come down from the police department. But we need to make people feel safe in our neighborhoods and our communities. So that is about how do you create that respect for the community, as well as how the police department, and the only way that we create that the respect for the police department is to create the respect for the community as well. So we've got a lot of discussions that still need to be had. So it's not just about laws on the books. It's not just about making new laws. It's about being more inclusive. And as I said, when I stood on the corners of North and Penn, you know, what people in America were seeing was part of our city that has been neglected for decades. And these are things that we must work on. We've got to improve our school system across the board. We've got to make sure that every child has equal opportunity to education, a first-class education. Those are parts of the goals that this city must adopt and move forward, and that we've got to lift the least while we lift all. We've got to pay attention to the drug addiction in our communities, to the 3,000 people who are sleeping on our streets every day. But, you know, I think that we're in a position to move forward together as a city, and I think with the continued leadership of those who continue to rise up in leadership in our city and in our state, that we can have those conversations and we can move our city forward.
All right, Senator Pugh, well said. Thank you so much. Depending on what happens in November, Catherine Pugh will take the reins of the city and have to steady it in the wake of what happened today.